Hi, we're here at the end of day one of DCD Enterprise in New York. I'm with Bruce Taylor, my oppo here, my partner in crime. We have a beer. We're celebrating a great show. We're halfway through. Well, I want to know Bruce's take on what the day's been. You've been down in the halls, you've been listening to some great presentations. What are the highlights, Bruce?
Well, I'll tell you, it's been a really remarkable day, and sort of the test of whether a day is really good for me is if I found out something during the day about which I've been really wrong for a long time.
Okay.
So just having a clearer sense today, coming out of all of these great sessions, about where we are on the journey to software defined, the journey to the true open data center, what that really means rather than what we thought it might mean, what resiliency means in the new world as opposed to what we've always thought it would mean, how fast the data tsunami is coming at us, and how not ready we are for
so
it.
that this morning when we looked at Watson, and then after that Robert Scoble looking at VR and this virtual world, this 3D thing that's going to change everything.
And it's easy to assign things like virtual reality to gaming and things that we don't think have high value. In the first place, those are economic realities and drivers. And second, the industrial applications, the commercial applications, the corporate applications of those things are enormous, and we're just beginning to understand what those might look like. So as Robert Scoble said this morning, the next 5 years will change everything. And then Kevin Sanders from HPE later in the day said exactly the next thing. The data center 5 years from now is not going to look anything like the data center of today.
What was interesting was just looking at the data center that is today as well. I was speaking with Robert Bunger, another interview that we'll get online. And we were just talking about retail units and their need for mission critical in the store. Because when we start talking about iBeacons, sensorification, just of a large store on Fifth Avenue, this now requires a mission critical unit in the store, it doesn't have a person that can run this. So we're talking now about appliances, these companies creating appliances. So really interesting today, and now, 5 years away. Robert Scoble intimated in an interview with our own Peter Judge from Data Center Dynamics magazine, the global editor, that he thought that data centers will remain centralized, which was really interesting. We need to uncover that a bit more, because today we've heard lots about the edge as well. So we need to find out more there. What else have you seen?
So I just want to pick up on that. I think he's right that we're going to have mega data centers, but we also are going to have this as a data center, meaning when we're doing true machine to machine, right, communication, this becomes a micropod data center.
But this is only powered by blockchain, or where are you coming from with that?
It almost doesn't matter, but yes, blockchain would be a big part of it. But in the machine to machine Internet of Things world, the mobile device becomes an extension of an edge network data center by definition.
Okay.
And it keeps pushing out.
So what else are you seeing? Because today as well we had some big hitters from the financial community. There's Nick Barnes from Bank of America. There was Brian Saluzzo from American Express. What did they have to say? Grant Richard from Goldman Sachs.
They all said the same thing, and that is they are all on a journey. It's not even. These are difficult questions. Most people are at the beginning of learning how to ask the questions internally. So interestingly, Brian Saluzzo from American Express talked about it and said it took a full 6 months just to get the culture of the organization ready to do what needed to be done, to get them on the path to open source, right? So it's things like that. And he put a lot of emphasis on culture, that culture is organizational culture is in the way of people being able to adopt some of these new technology methodologies.
You've got to be ready for it, haven't you?
You've got to be ready for it.
I'm just thinking that, you might have noticed that I'm clean shaven today and in a suit, and yesterday I was unshaven. I was getting ready for today to meet people. It took time.
Right.
Yeah. So, what else have we got? I mean, maybe that's enough about today. We've got tomorrow, right? So tomorrow is day number 2, and we're kicking off the day with...
So we have Project Natick,
Okay.
which is Microsoft's submarine data center.
This is at the bottom, 20,000 leagues at the bottom of the sea.
Right.
Jules Verne.
Right.
Okay.
And the what drives this is Microsoft's own determination that 80% of the world's data is created within a relatively short distance of coastlines and harbors.
Okay.
So that harbor cities all over the world are where data is actually created. Now, that's not universally true, but it's enough true so that when you're trying to think about locating a data center in a very high value real estate market with power costs the way they are, if you can put a submarine data center, critical facility, on the harbor floor, you've got ocean cooling, so you've solved the cooling problem, which is a big user of energy, and you've solved the real estate problem. Full stop.
We might. Oh, I was just thinking back to a story I read last year when I think it was a Dutch company got in trouble with putting their effluent heat into the canal, and it endangered a particular fish. I hope they don't run into trouble with that one. But anyway, this is like innovation. This is early stage.
Absolutely.
I was actually in OCP the other month, and I was with Kashagravade, and they had the OCP server inside that capsule, and they were talking about the longevity for the server, because obviously you can't maintain these things under the sea. So tomorrow we're going to hear something kind of novel and new. What else? What else is in store?
Let me see. Tomorrow, I've gone completely blank. I don't know.
Oh, I've got something.
Please.
I've got something. Tomorrow evening are the DCD Awards, the award ceremony for the North American Awards Series. This, our awards series has been going on for 9 years around the world, and it recognizes excellence and innovation in people and teams and projects. So it's not a product awards, it's very different to that. So we've got some finalists. I can't think off the top of my head, but there's quite a lot of companies that are out there. You were involved in the judging, I believe. So
I was.
What are the finalists?
Like I say, you're going to have to edit this out because I can't tell you.
No, you know what? We can ask people to click. We can ask people to click on the website. So we're being told CenturyLink HP. But anyway, tomorrow the awards are there. We've got about 200 people. We dressed up. Going to have a wonderful dinner. We've got a comedian famous for making Barack Obama laugh. A techie guy, Nain, I think is his name. So this is going to be going on from 7 p.m. until about 10:30, depends how out of hand it gets. But we've got a lot of guests coming. So tomorrow night, I think we will be getting a lot of information on who the winners are. So good luck to all the winners.
And I don't want to be a spoiler, but the Lifetime Contribution Award will bring a tear to people's eyes. Promise you.
Well, I don't know about that. How do you know about this? You're on the judging panel?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so I don't know that. Okay, really interesting. I'm looking forward to who that's going to be.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, to wrap up here, a lot of information. I hope you're liking this little wrap up that we did yesterday, we're doing today. We're going to wrap up tomorrow at the end of the day, at the end of the conference. But we're at DCD Enterprise in New York, the Marriott Marquis on Times Square.
And we're only partially brain dead.
We're only partially brain dead. We are having a beer, one beer. Cheers. Here's to a successful second day of the conference. We look forward to telling you about how that day went. Goodbye.